Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Summer. So if you're anything like me and you love handstands, you've probably spent a lot of time scrolling and saving different handstand variations, different little fun leg things, different handstand strengthening drills, and in the end you actually get a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of things you have saved, the amount of goals, and then you get lost and you forget about it, blah blah blah. So what I've done is I've put together this video of some of my handstand skills and the strengthening handstand variations that I have spent the last 6 months working on. And that way you can refer back to this specific video every once a month or every 2 weeks so that you can continuously have this stream of goals of things to work on for your handstand. Some of them are going to be more muscle building, more balance, some are just going to be more skills and warm up kind of drills, but they're all really awesome variations and I'm very happy that I've made it this far, although I cannot wait to expand on all of these skills even further as I get stronger and keep practicing. So what I recommend is you watching this video the whole way through, learning some tips and tricks, picking one or two to work on, because working on all these at one time is just going to be too overwhelming. So just pick one or two, and once those movements start to become easier, then you can move them into your skill portion of your workout and add on new ones into your strength training portion. So for me, how I typically structure my workouts is I do a dynamic warm-up, then I do my skills, and then I do my strength building. So one example is my handstand press before, that took me so long to get, so that's definitely a strength-based movement. I'm doing it for sets and reps and I'm doing all these drills and stuff, but now that I can comfortably do a press, now that's moved into my skill portion or my warm-up portion. So you'll just adjust where these exercises go based on your body and your skills. Let's actually get started with a little snapshot of how I would warm up for a handstand workout. One thing with all these drills, and I think people forget, is that you actually have to warm up your hips because we're asking our hips to open. We're opening them this way. So don't just warm up your wrist and your shoulders, actually warm up your whole body if you want to achieve these skills to the full capabilities. So let's go ahead and get to that footage. Okay, now that you've figured out a little dynamic workout, maybe you followed that along, maybe you saved it, now we're ready to go into the skills portion of our handstand training. So I might do some other exercises, but here's the first goal for you to work on. So for this one, I would actually spend some time warming up each of the positions. So I'd warm up my middle splits, my diamond, all those kind of things. And I actually do them on the floor first. So I practice the flowiness of my legs on the floor, get my hips all ready before I do it in a handstand. So you probably won't get this one right away. I know it took me a very long time to get this sort of coordination. What you need to do is you need to lock out your arms. You need to push up as high as possible and keep them still the whole time. So pushing heavy, keeping this still, and then moving your lower half. That's why it's so good to practice it on the ground first, so you can kind of like coordinate with yourself better, especially with the feet flex portion. Next up, this is a really fun one. It took me a while to get, and even filming this, even though I know how to do it, still took me like 8 to 10 tries to get this video. To make it easier or harder, increase or decrease the length that you're jumping. I want to be able to jump from even further, but for you, while you're starting, jump from a shorter distance than I am in this video. And instead of going all the way up to a straight handstand, you can maybe just catch it in a straddle, like with your legs down, and then jump back down. You don't have to go all the way up, although that is the goal, and this is really fun when you can nail it. For this next one, and you really want the stability in your shoulders, you want to push up really high and keep them still, and then work on moving your legs. Any of these handstand movements, feel free to try them on the floor first and get your hips all warmed up and kind of like teach your body the position you want it to be in. Okay, this next thing has just been my nemesis this year, which is shoulder taps or walking on my hands. I so badly want to have good form all the time, so that's actually been a barrier to getting this, because you can cheat and be able to walk way farther and do way more shoulder taps, but it was really important to me to work on having that hollow body, which if you want to work on your hollow body strength, do any of my workouts, especially that 15-minute workout that I have. That one's going to really help you hold that hollow body position. But when you watch this, when you watch me do these shoulder taps, you'll notice that there's a point where I lose the engagement in my lower back / my core, and my butt kind of goes over. As soon as I lose that, I lose balance. I need to pull it back into place, engage those lower abs, engage my butt, and all that kind of stuff. So the things that you've seen so far, I would probably do them a couple of times at the start of my workout. They're more like skill-based. They are using a lot of strength and coordination and all that kind of stuff, but I would just play with them. That's kind of my playtime. I'm working on those things. The next couple of exercises I would use in my strength portion of my workout, but maybe for you, they would all be strength, or maybe they'd all be your warm-up. It just depends on your body. But remember, you don't have to nail all of these. These are like your ultimate goal list. They could take years to get, to be honest. Like, you might not get them right away. I know I sure didn't. I've been working on my strength to do these for so long. So this next one, you would actually probably warm up your split first. Keep your arms, like always, as still as possible. And then the goal is to keep that top leg in that one position and not have it move, lower, and then come back up. And I would do a couple of rounds of these. Up next, this is definitely a hard movement. Very hard. I'm working on crunching my side, but maintaining that shoulder push, that hard shoulder push. This is going to be heavy, so feel free to do it up against a wall for an extended period of time. Like, it's taken me months to get to this, and it's not even that smooth yet. It is hard. I would do this probably for 3 to 4 sets on its own as I'm dying. This is very difficult exercise. And then of course, I definitely want one of your goals to be a press. There's multiple different kinds of presses. Here's a straight arm straddle press and a straight arm pike press. The straddle is going to be easier than the pike. Definitely add this into your handstand goal list. If you want to get good at handstands and you really want to build the strength, do this beast of an exercise, which is a tuck handstand. And there's a hashtag on Instagram actually called tuck so you don't suck. And it's hard. It has a different shoulder placement. We're kind of more into the open shoulders. And you'll see people do them with the lower back curved. For the drill that I'm doing here, I'm trying to not have that curve. I actually want it to be a little bit rounded the other way because it's a strength building movement. And definitely I recommend doing this position on the floor, practicing that, even doing them hanging, getting your body into this position more often than not. And then for me, the first time that I was actually able to get this position, what I did was I put a yoga block between my knees so that I could actually properly connect with my lower body, because I couldn't in the beginning. So having that yoga block there and then trying to touch that yoga block to my stomach helped me find this position and stop me from going backwards. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. So don't forget, you don't need to get all of these right away. They are just meant to be a goal list. So something that you can refer back to all the time to reset your goals. So maybe once a month, come watch this video and work on 1 or 2 of these components. Keep them fresh in your mind and keep you motivated to keep training your handstands. And of course, if you want to get better at your handstands and you're looking to build your core, go ahead and follow along my 15-minute workout. It's definitely like calisthenics targeted. It's going to help your core, it's going to help your handstands, it's going to help all of this. Again, I'm Summer Fun Fitness. Comment below which of these skills you're going to be working on and ask me questions if you have any. I really appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Okay? Bye.